So wind's coming out of the east. There's the windsock. There's the wind that we're dealing with. Windsock. All right. All right, here we go.
Position hold.
I'm just going to watch it visually for a minute. The wind is definitely coming out of the north now. It's shifted to the north. Yeah, it straightens up when it heads into the wind, and it makes an adjustment to stay on its circle. That's what's going on. That's a wind adjustment. Now it's got to slow down because it's got a tailwind and really hook in a bank right there. So I'm just visually watching the plane. I'm not on goggles. Yeah, it's more of a D, but that's because it's flying into that wind. And it really comes back cooking when it's coming downwind. And as it makes that turn with that sharp bank angle, it doesn't correct. So I think that's why when it makes those turns that it's dropping like that. So 188, 190, 190, that's not too bad. 190, now we're heading into the wind. 193, 198, 195, yeah, that's not too bad, I guess. 190, 189, 88, 87, 88. I think that's pretty reasonable.
Acro mode.
All right, let's just slow things down just a little bit and try acro mode and see how we do in a stabilized mode. That roll PID is too soft on P because it wallows. And that's always the problem on this thing. It wallows. Let's go again, we'll go downwind now. See that? Well, where's the correction? Now it corrected. And that's why I like more P on the roll axis. So I'm going to add it. Straighten it back out again and see if P holds on a little tighter this time. So the wind is coming off the right wingtip right now. And it's kind of turning into it a little bit. Now here's a left hand. Will it correct? Yeah, see, it corrected after a little bit of drift. But look, man, that's a full left-hand turn. All right, I'm going to turn around and come into the wind. I'm going to try and help the plane out. I'm flying directly overhead, so I'm going to get a couple of hits on the video. But I'm going to fly directly overhead now. And I'm going to turn into the wind. So this is into the wind right there. It's actually a little bit off to the side, just about there. And I'm going to try and get it as flat as I can. There we go. And let's see if it flies straight. See, there goes that left-hand turn again. It's turning left. It's definitely turning left. Yep. All right, now we're kind of downwind. That's not bad. I mean, that's almost hands off, and it did a pretty good job there. So back into the wind now. Let's try and get it straight. I want to come a little right because that's more into the wind coming from the right. All right, there we go. Yeah, see, that's fighting that left-hand turn a little more, but now it's in a right-hand turn. It's like it overshot that. Interesting. All right, let's try cruise mode.
Angle mode. Acro mode. Position hold. Manual mode. Cruise mode.
There we go. There's cruise mode. I'm gonna lock on this, just find a heading to lock onto. Let's see. Come on, stop turning. All right, we'll call it 100.
Angle mode.
All right, in angle mode with altitude hold, you're supposed to use this to help figure out your board level. So I'm gonna put it's in angle mode. I have altitude hold engaged. I'm just gonna turn into the wind and fly it straight. And the wind is basically stopped right now. All right, there's hands off. And let's see what the board pitch says. See -7, 0, -3, 0.
Manual mode.
Gotta drop a little altitude. I'm gonna try that again.
Cruise mode. Position hold. Cruise mode. Manual mode. Angle mode.
So there's 1, 2, -3, 1, 0, up to 4. There's 9, 11. All right, there's hands off. I'm seeing some big negative values there. Constantly wants to roll left. Okay, I think I know how to solve that.
Acro mode.
Alright, I know what to do to adjust that. And the wind is shifted straight out of the north again. Man, the wind is really moving around today. A lot. Alright, here we go. That's calm wind. That's doing a job, isn't it? 375, nice circle. That's it, man. I've conquered this one. This is a done deal. It's within 3 feet and it's holding a nice circle in calm wind. 4 feet. Okay, let's call it, we'll call it 368 on the altitude and 258 on the heading. 368 and 258. Come on, pull out, pull out. I hope you work. Nice. All right, that's cool. The Autolaunch worked like a champ.
Position hold.
Huh, cool. All right. Very little movement. Very little movement to trigger that. All right. Straight back home. Well, it worked. Very little movement to trigger it, man. Okay, loiter around home looks good. We'll go into position hold, which is basically the same thing, acro mode. And there we go. I want to try angle one more time.
Position hold.
If I can find it. There it is. So that's full stick deflection to the left. And I want to see it fly straight. Yeah, that looks way better.
Acro mode.
All right. Man, I'm done. I'm done tuning, I think. The plane feels like it's flying well. I don't have any real wind today. Oh, you know what? I did want to turn down that pitch just a little bit. I did want to do that. So let's do that.
Angle mode.
Or the roll PID, yeah. Just down a little bit. That was a little too much.
Acro mode.
Oh man. That looks really good. Very good. Boy, what a journey to get to this point.
Position hold. Cruise mode.
250 feet. Come on, we have it. There you go. 250 feet, and let's set the heading at I want to come this way. 250 feet, 050, 05. Come on, settle down. 063, we'll call it. Well, I think for now, it's about as tuned as I can get it. It feels pretty good. It feels like it's doing a good job holding altitude. I do have a little wind. So there are a few little bumps there, here and there. I think that's about as good as you can expect. Come on, pull, pull, pull now, 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 now. Man, that's pretty good.
Acro mode.
The only complaint I have is I wish it would pull out of the descend down to the home altitude just a little bit earlier. That's it. Maybe that pitch to throttle needs to go up one tick. When I do a full elevator climb, I'll start out at 34. Let's see, let's just let it stabilize. Starting out at 29, here's full elevator. 27, 26, 27, 26, 27. Yeah, I think 1 or 2 ticks on pitch to throttle. Come on now, pull.
Acro mode.
That was beautiful. That's probably the best flight I've ever had on this flight computer. Little pitch to throttle adjustment, and I'm done. I'm done. Okay, here we go. Nope, that was a failure. I wonder what happened there. Last 2 times it worked great. Sensors calibrating.
GPS good.
Okay. It is in return to home mode. It's armed. Throttle is raised. Try it again. Why it didn't do that the first time? It was a long straight flight out. I wonder why it bounced the first time.
Acro mode.
Acro mode.
Position hold.
Let's do a loiter. 239, 240. Yeah, you can't ask for much more than that.
Angle mode. Acro mode.
Oh, I'm going to check my pitch to throttle ratio again. 3D cruise mode, you're supposed to initiate a climb, and you should not see that 3D speed decrease. Oh, it's still decreased. A little bit. I need to add a little more pitch to throttle, I guess. It's set it at 12. Mhm.
And I'll probably...
As I near the end of the tuning process for the Matek F722 WPX running iNav 2.6, a couple of things I'm looking for here in 3D cruise mode are really good heading lock and a really strong altitude lock. You really can prove out the flight computer by making sure that you have very little deviation with heading and altitude, and that really gives you like a 3D lock in space, and that's what I'm after. I figure if I can get those components to lock on and have very little deviation, then the rest of the flight modes on this plane should work very well. And it looks like that's performing admirably at this point. I'm seeing a few feet of deviation in altitude, maybe a degree of deviation on the heading. So I'm very happy with the results at this point. I still need to work on this overshoot issue as the plane returns to its home altitude. I'll keep working on that and see what else I can dig up on that. But other than that one little thing, and maybe a little bit of fine tuning on the PIDs, I'm very happy with the way the plane's flying at this point.
All right, that's it, man. I think I've had my fun for the day. I think the plane is flying pretty well. I find it hard to complain about anything that I'm seeing there. Plane's flying really well now.
Acro mode.
That was good. All right. Well, hey, I know I've done a lot of work on this PID tuning and probably have worn you guys out with iNav PID tuning, but I had the feeling that the computer eventually would behave, and I wanted you guys to see that. So I hope you enjoyed the content. If you like this kind of material, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when new material hits the channel. That's all I've got for today. Take it easy.